Well, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, it's 3:30. Sorry, 3:31. And I know that because I've actually just been watching something on YouTube, and I actually connect YouTube to my TV so I can watch it that way on the big screen. In saying that, I wasn't quite sure if I was actually going to do this today because since the last few days, have not been feeling really good. I think everything get me down. But I watched something on YouTube and it brought me up a bit, and once I finish this, I'm going to go back and watch something on there to help me. So today is the 17th, and it's amazing that I remember her birthday and not the other one's birthday. Today's birthday is, it's really weird, isn't it? That I remember her birthday and not the other one's birthday. Or do I have no idea what the other one's birthday is. But today's birthday is Donna. Don't worry, she doesn't know I'm on YouTube. No way does she know I'm on YouTube. I met her in 2005. She turned out to be one crazy broad, I tell you. Oh, I've got two knives here. That's right, because I washed up yesterday, finally, and I thought I didn't have a knife over here. I know I'm missing one knife, I don't know where it is. So I've got two. I only need one. What day is 17th? So Donna, I know you're not watching. Oh, I should go wish her a happy birthday on Facebook. I'll unblock her, then wait, and wish her a happy birthday. See what happens. What did I say day was? The 17th. 17th, down here. Archie's here again. Happy as can be. I wonder what this could be one of those doobie thingies. Yes, I knew it, one of those doobie thingies. See? A reef. I'm glad it's not a real reef because I couldn't eat a real reef. This is the chocolate one. I've got this down lower than I usually have it. The 17th. I've got petals down here waiting today. Here's my... We're getting down. 17th. It's 17th. Let's see what the story is today. As always, you get to see it before I do. Yeah, what do you reckon, Archie? What do we got? The Princess and the Pea. Oh, I remember this story. I remember this story. Teddles, do you remember this story? No, you don't know this one. The Princess and the Pea. The Princess and the Pea. Retold by Matthew Oldham. Based on a story by Hans Christian Andersen. Illustrated by Lorena Alvarez. The Princess and the Pea. Prince Percy loved adventures. The scarier, the better. Nothing was more exciting than fighting dragons or finding treasures. But then he rode home alone. Even the bravest princes get lonely sometimes. Oh, he liked his adventures, but as always, come home and there's no one there to greet him. I know that feeling. Oh, about you. So Prince Percy went to his parents. I want to get married, he said. Be careful, they warned him. You'll be miserable unless you marry a real princess. Someone who loves you for you and not your treasure. The question is, How can you tell if you found a real princess? Why, you ask the cleverest inventors in the kingdom to help. There he is, talking to his mum and dad. Got to be a real princess. He's going to ask the inventors on how to fix the real princess. The inventors worked under swirling, curling clouds of smoke. Potions bubbled and lights twinkled as they tinkered away. Eventually one jumped up. "Eureka, I've got it," she cried. The inventor took Percy to the biggest, grandest, tallest room in the palace and stood by an enormous white sheet. There they are, all potioning away, trying to find how to find the real princess. And one does find it. Well, actually has to be a female who found it. Eh? The sheet was pulled back to reveal a bed. A very tall bed with a tottering, teetering tower of mattresses. "Nothing escapes the notice of a real princess," said the inventor. "If she can feel something tiny like this little pea through all those pillow-soft mattresses, she'll pass her real princess test." Look at the mattresses. Oh my goodness. I don't think I could feel a pea, isn't it? Oh, interesting, hey? From Tatika to Timbuktu, every princess in the world was invited to take the test. The king and queen sent their fastest messages out to seek them out. There they go, and off to find all the princesses in the world to come and test to see if they're real princesses. Oh, look, they even got a princess map. Eh? Do they have a GPS to find them? Within days, carriage after carriage pulled up. The palace became very lively as it filled with princesses. The princesses pranced and they danced and they laughed and they laughed. They didn't seem very interested in Percy. All arriving, the poor old Percy, no one's interested in him. I wonder why. One by one, the princesses took the test, and one by one, they slept through the night. When they woke up, not one mentioned a pea. So, one by one, Percy sent them away until the palace was quiet again. The following night, during a thunderstorm, Percy heard a knock, knock, knock at the door. See, all the princesses slept the bed, and they slept all night and did not feel the pea. So the Prince Percy had to send them away. But then he got a knock at the door. I wonder who it could be. Out of the rain stepped a shivering stranger. "May I shelter here tonight?" she pleaded. "Of course," Percy said to the dripping rock girl. "My palace is always open to those in need." They sat by the warm, toasty fire, sharing adventure stories until Percy couldn't keep his eyes open. The next morning, Percy woke up beside the dying fire, alone. Oh, poor Percy. But then the girl walked in. "Good morning, sleepyhead," she said. "Where have you been?" Percy asked. "After you fell asleep, I looked for a bed, and I found one as tall as a house." "And how did you sleep?" whispered Percy. "Well, the bed looked so soft," she yawned, "but I couldn't get comfortable." Gasp! Percy gasped. "Are you a real princess?" "How did you know?" she gulped. Percy took her to see the pea, explaining the inventor's test on the way. The girl laughed. You've been seeking your real princess while I've been seeking my perfect prince. I promise to marry any prince who is kind enough to take in a stranger. I'll walk from palace to palace. You are the only one to let me in. See? With a pea. Oh, isn't that nice? They're both looking for the same kind of people. They married to the sound of bells and birdsong, and so began the rest of the blissfully happy and adventurous life together. Years later, they opened a grand museum for the trinkets and treasures they had found. At its heart, they placed their lucky pea under a crystal dome. It may still be there today. They are happily married and trinkets, and the pea is under a dome. Look at that. And that's the end of the story. Princess and the Pea was written by Hans Christian Andersen in 1835, the son of a shoemaker and washerwoman. He became one of the most famous writers of fairy tales in the world. The Princess and the Pea. Oh, excuse me. So Archie's a bit quiet today. Eh? For some reason he likes to pick up things off the floor of his cage with his claws and try and pick and fly up with them. There he is. You moved. Now they can't see you. Hello. I wonder if I can just walk. Oh, there we are. There he is. There's a pretty boy. Who's a pretty boy? Hey? Who's a pretty boy? Yeah. No talking today. I'm glad we got you on there the other day. Sally heard you. Isn't that good? Yeah. Hello. Where are we? Oh, this is wonky. I'll hold it. Actually, my hair feels so good. Just to rub it back is so good. What's been happening? Well, I've ordered my Christmas lunch. I think we're a bit lopsided there. And I went in today, and the lady who's actually doing it, she has actually said she's actually giving away 5 meals to people who are alone and who cannot afford a meal to buy one, and which was really good. I'm lucky that I can afford it. It was $25. So I thought it's free delivered from Bellingen, which is about half an hour away from here. A pretty little town, an old town. And yeah, so I might have I can have a Christmas day if I wanted to heat it up, but I might have it once. It depends what time I get it. I might have it Friday night. What else has been happening? Looking for a home. I tell you, it is so hard. So, you know what the worst part is? There is some units in town, in Centre Coffs, Centre CBD, where they are cheap. They're just a bit above what I'm paying, but below my budget. And I cannot find anything suitable below my budget. And it is getting so frustrating. You know, I did actually contact this place once before, and they never got a reply. So today I, what happened? Oh, because I emailed the volunteer coordinator, let her know it's not just Christmas that's getting to me, it's getting me that I have to move and it's so hard to find a place. And she did some search and she sent me through an email saying, what about this place? It doesn't say minimum wage. And it's the same place that is, I can't get things because I don't earn enough. It says got to earn between $40,000 and $60,900 a year to actually live in there. And I think it's ridiculous. There are units out there, units around me, but they are above my budget. And this place, if it's the only place I can get, if I will, which I put a long thing about how this is my first time I've actually ever been evicted out of any place. And my rent, I've never been late in my rent. I've got excellent references and the whole works. And I have never been late with rent. Bills are always paid. I've never had a problem paying bills, except when I moved to Murwillumbah from Kingscliff. I did have a problem, especially the rent was okay, but it's just getting the power and everything, paying for that. But I got help. That it all got worked out, and I was okay. Even though I was short on money, and that I would go down to a soup kitchen, which lived just below, just below from where I lived. I used to go there a couple of nights a week, not just for food, but also to get out and talk to others, meet others, and also they can get some bread, and they had bread and cakes that were donated from bakeries nearby who donated the leftover meals and bread and that. So I would go there twice a week, but there's nothing here in Coffs. There is one in Coffs Harbour, but that's in town. But as I said, these units look amazing. They're air conditioned. They're only one bedroom. It's got elevator in them, which would be good. No carpet. They look amazing. But the only downside is if they allow me to apply, and if I get, if it's a big if, and if I get accepted, Archie, no pets. That will be the hard side. As I said, it's in town, and it's close to where I volunteer when we get back to there. Of course, restrictions in Australia now for COVID have been dropped dramatically since the 15th. What I've heard on Facebook is we don't have to log in when we go to shops. We don't have to wear a mask. Oh, right, but I think with volunteering, I still think we have to do it because it's an aged care. They've got a booster now for the COVID vaccine. When it come through on Tuesday, I was going to make an appointment for yesterday. I thought, will I? No, I'm going to put off until I am a lot better, because I'm having problems with my, let me see, loo toilet business. Had a bit of the runs, and I don't know, I've had nothing to take for it. I haven't been of a date. I'm not really bad. No, last night I felt really good yesterday. Then last night I had honey on toast. I shouldn't have. So hopefully, oh excuse me. Hopefully this place will actually, this unit will actually reply back. I know I will actually have to really downsize. I mean, I will really have to downsize. I'm not, fridge, I have a balcony. I really have to downsize as to what I would be able to take. It depends how big it is. I don't know. That's if I can get it. I don't really have, I know I've got to the end of January to get out, but they're not going to push me out. But it doesn't really help. It does, but it doesn't, because it just makes not being able to find a place. It's just getting so hard. There are places there, but they're in actually, I want somewhere flat. That is what my is, flat. But these units, as I said, they're flat. They've got a lift in it. I would really have to have a big garage sale to get rid of stuff. I don't have a lot of stuff. I just got I've got a lot of knickknacks. And there's an elevator behind it when it's, I don't know what's going to happen. If I get a reply for them, if I ask them to please to reply, because not replying to them is just crazy. So I don't know what's going to happen. I've got Teddles. So, yeah, so I don't think of anything to say. Tomorrow's the 18th. And tomorrow's a special day. So I will tell you that tomorrow. So I think for now, I will actually go and say goodbye from Teddles. And we will see you again tomorrow. Bye.